Hello, welcome to our YouTube channel, The Decade Grenades, where in today's episode we're going to be having a blast looking at the important aspects of the 1990s.
And now on to the internet, which was a very, very great new development in the 1990s. Specifically, we will be talking about the World Wide Web, which was released in the 1990s. The first idea of it came to a man by the name of Tim Berners-Lee at CERN, which is the Center of European Nuclear Research. He thought up of an idea of connected computers that would be able to view hypertext documents and would be able to transmit information at a very fast pace. And so, he brought his idea to the United States, and working with the people in the United States, he was later able to make his dream a reality. And now, the World Wide Web is what all of us use when we go on sites like YouTube and Wikipedia. However, back in the 1990s, when the internet first took off, it was actually very slow. The first version of it, the Internet Explorer, was later released in August 17th in 1995 by Microsoft, starting the age of internet browsing. However, it was very slow, but good enough for the time, and it had many security problems. US officials said that state security was compromised many times by the use of the internet because of how insecure it was. There were also versions for the PC and Mac that were released, and these explorers later on inspired browsers like Chrome, which I believe is quite the superior browsing system. And that was your segment on the internet and the World Wide Web, which began in the 1990s. If you want internet merch, you can go to Bell Canada and buy some of their internet.
On lighter news, J.K. Rowling wrote her very first Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, on June 26, 1997. This book is about a young wizard named Harry Potter who somehow finds his way into Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, where he has to battle and kill the Dark Wizard, Lord Voldemort. 1 year later, on the 1st of September 1998, this book was re-released in the United States, but under a different title, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. J.K. Rowling made that change because she was worried that the Americans weren't able to pronounce the word philosopher. She later regretted that decision greatly. This book turned out to be a massive bestseller on J.K. Rowling's name because it was translated in at least 73 other languages within the next 2 decades. It was even followed by 6 other sequels, starting with Harry Potter and the Chamber of the Secrets, and ending with Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. If you want more Harry Potter merch, check out our link in the description because we made new t-shirts and hats along with wands that actually work.
Hey guys, what's up Pokemon fans? Are you out there catching them all? Well, let me tell you that the 1990s was the best time for the Pokemon franchise to grow. The very first game was released in 1996 in Japan and later released in September 28th and 1998 in North America. The first anime was also released on April 1st, 1997 in Japan, and then it debuted on September the 8th, 1998 in North America. Next, the movie came out in July the 18th, 1998 in Japan, and later on November 10th, 1999 in North America. Not only this, but the manga debuted in April 1st, 1996, and it was called Pokemon Pocket Monsters. Speaking of Pokemon merch, we're selling a lot of merch on our website, so our link is in the description. Be sure to check those out and make sure you catch all our merch.
In 1998, then President of the United States of America, Bill Clinton, was accused of sexual assault by a young woman named Monica Lewinsky. The sexual relationship was alleged to take place between 1995 and 1997. Monica Lewinsky claimed that there were 7 instances where President Bill Clinton had behaved in an inappropriate manner. Bill Clinton responded by stating that in a speech to the public in late in late January of that year that he had not had any sexual relationships with Monica Lewinsky. Bill Clinton was put on trial for sexual misconduct, where he and the court decided on an official definition statement sexual misconduct. And Bill Clinton had denied any charges of sexual misconduct at first, but after evidence was given that proved him wrong, he went back to the definition, saying that it excluded what he did. Due to the fact that he at first denied any allegations of sexual misconduct, he was placed on trial for perjury, which is lying in court, and he was impeached during that time for obstruction of justice. Afterwards, Bill Clinton had confessed to the court that he had been in an improper physical relationship with Monica Lewinsky. The scandal was very harmful for his presidential career. And that was your segment on Bill Clinton.
Wait, but like, we have to realize that right now we're just saying random information. We have to relate this back to why it matters. It's like a debate. The internet. We have to explain that. Alright, so this scandal involving Bill Clinton is very important because once again it demonstrates to the public that presidents aren't holy figures. They are just people, and they can make mistakes too. This scandal has shown the public that they shouldn't have too much faith in their leaders, and as such, it helped to spark and continue on a kind of counterculture movement among teenagers throughout the 1990s.
And side note, the evidence that they found against Bill Clinton was a blue dress covered in his semen. So yeah, good for the police.
Okay, next up is our top 10 movies of the 90s decade. Number 10, The Usual Suspects, written by Stephen Baldwin.
At number 9, American Beauty, starring Kevin Spacey.
At number 8, Reservoir Dogs by Quentin Tarantino.
At number 7, Trainspotting, featuring Ewan McGregor.
At number 6, Forrest Gump, featuring Tom Hanks.
Number 5, Fight Club, starring Brad Pitt.
At number 4, The Shawshank Redemption, written by Stephen King.
At number 3, Goodfellas, directed by Martin Scorsese.
At number 2, The Big Lebowski, featuring Paul Newman.
And lastly, at number 1, Pulp Fiction, starring John Travolta. And that was your top 10 movies of the 90s decade.
December 26, 1991, the USSR had come to an end. The communist government that had clashed so much during the Cold War with America has finally come to a conclusion. The USSR has been America's biggest rival ever since the 1950s, and this has been a massive change, as the two rivals have been creating a lot of conflicts all over the globe. In the USSR's place, there are now all of the independent republics, like Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Russia, Kazakhstan, the Central Asian republics, and Ukraine and Belarus. Between these independent republics, there is a commonwealth called the Commonwealth of Independent States, which commits itself to aiding the former republics and cooperating in economic and military and political situations. This has been a very important part of history, and we cannot wait to see what happens.
If you want communist merch, check the link in our description.
Mother Russia, comrade!
And that concludes our segment on the interesting parts of the 1990s. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Decade Grenades. And with that, we'll be blasting off again. First of all, just say 90s cinema is Martin Scorsese, it's Quentin Tarantino, and it's... Like, I don't understand how you can't pronounce Pulp Fiction. There's literally, like,